Good morning to all traders and welcome to another Markets and Waves video. Today is the 6th of April and we're going to have again another interesting session, of course, and we are here again for another update with our daily Elliott Waves video. I'm gonna have a quick look on the US oil, NASDAQ, silver, the Kiwi, as well as natural gas today. So I'm going to start with oil first. And oil, guys, as you can see, we were talking about this yesterday. I was indeed expecting a fresh high, to be honest. That didn't come through. So despite the fact that I'm supporting more downside here because I see this as an impulse on the downside, which is going to end this ABC correction in wave B around 55 and then move all the way up, I am also keen to explore into other alternative scenarios because I don't like the fact that we didn't get a fresh high over here, because truncated waves Y are not really often. They are seen, but not really often. This structure can be an ABC over here. This structure can be an ABC here as well. And then we can either get an ABC and another ABC for W, X, and Y, which means that we're going to go up to the 6260 as we expected before. Or instead, we're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we're going to stop at the previous high at 62.14 or anywhere even below, and that is going to be considered as a flat because that will be an ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so these two scenarios as alternatives, and the main scenario that we're going to move lower down, since we also had last signals on the RSI MACD on the downside rather than on the upside. The momentum is on the histogram is positive indeed, but it's not really much far from the zero cross. So in case we move lower, then I'll be expecting also the negative EMAs here as well to start moving lower down. Now let's jump on silver quickly. Silver, guys, is moving exactly as we expected. We call this ending diagonal over here, which is also part of running flat. We were expecting even down 23, but we said that in case we move below that level, then it would be much of a overthrow to consider that being an ending diagonal. No, with that said, this is 1, 2, guys. Yeah, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 3, 4, and 5 to me. And we're going to get 1 over here and then 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, this is what I'm looking now. The difference here, though, is that, guys, compared to gold has already broken its descending channel trend line. Okay, and it's more bullish than silver is because it looks like, at least from this particular structure, that silver is lagging. Gold has already had a move on the other side and a correction on the downside, and then it continues moving higher as we speak. So despite the fact that it is lagging, it looks like that it's going to break that level fairly soon. So I'm expecting a fifth wave over here. Perhaps we might get a retracement down there for wave 2 and then break with wave 3, because wave 3 is the one that usually the most impulsive and the strongest. So I wouldn't be surprised if I see wave 3 breaking the channel rather than anything else, this trend line. Now we get a very nice signal on the MACD as well over here, guys, which is this divergence over here that we've been looking for a while now. Now let's jump quickly on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is looking very cool. I've changed, I'll be honest, it was expected because it was in the scenarios, but I wasn't expecting that to be any sort of beginning of an impulse, because this structure over here looks very corrective in general. If you remember, we had an ABC, W, and we're looking for an X and a Y. It's still a possibility, yeah, it's still a possibility, but because of the impulsive structure of this latest move from the low of like 1280 or so, I think we are moving up impulsively now and we're heading for wave 5, which means wave 4 and then down here. We had a leading diagonal over here, W, X, and Y in wave 2, a leading diagonal again in 2, and the third wave is impulsive one, the most impulsive one. Now, where are we going to go with wave 3? Well, it looks like to be, if we pull the Fibonacci extension over here between 1 and 2 in the minute wave, yeah, where are we going? Excuse me, we're going up to the 1438. Okay, that's 161 Fibonacci extension. That's where I want wave 3 to end, then to get wave 4, and then to wait over wave 5 around the 15K. Yes, you heard me right, around 15K. Now, we're all going to disconnect this move. This is 1 and 2, guys. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means that is 3. Then we expect 4, perhaps some sort of triangle, and then 5. So anywhere between 1370 or even the median regression channel, the median line of the regression channel, the median regression line, let's call it. Okay, so I'll be looking for more upside after a correction that is likely to be sideways. Now let's jump on. What do we see? We saw this. Okay, let's jump on QE. Had a very good bounce up to 70 cents, which I called. We expected that, yeah, the other day, which means now, I mean, we're still remaining impulsive on the downside. Wave 1 done, 2 done, and we're moving down in wave 3. I see 1, 2, I see 3, I see W, X, and Y in 4. And I'm expecting a 5-wave move on the downside for wave 3. That is going to take us anywhere. Well, I believe, I mean, 0.67 perhaps is a good scenario, because guys, we're looking at the Fibonacci expansion here, extension, sorry, of waves 1 and 2, and the 100% is 0.689. I mean, that's a wave 3, so we really need to get lower than that, don't we? Unless if it's going to be some sort of like ending diagonal also, leading diagonal, excuse me. But hold on, no, is this ZX? Okay, well, it's going to be an ABC, so it could be a leading diagonal, but we don't really get leading diagonal so far, unless if we break above, unless if we break above wave 1. Okay, only if we break above a level, then we are looking for a potential for over here. Yeah, it will be something like a leading diagonal. Anyway, so back to here, we've got a very nice cluster, guys, because we did, yeah, we did the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement over here, yeah, and also we did the 78.6 Fibonacci extension of waves 1 and 2 over here. Okay, so this is a very nice cluster. I'm expecting downside. In case we don't see downside, it means that this is probably going to be turning into a triple zigzag. Okay, but we still have space to move up. I mean, internally speaking, up to the 71.35, but externally speaking, up to the 70.95. Okay, so that will be for QE as well. And last, let's have a look at natural gas. Natural gas, I've also changed my structures here, my labels, my count, let's just call it. I changed my count to the alternative scenario, guys. We've been looking. We were looking at this having ended here. We were looking at 1 and 2, and we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 internally. But since we haven't looked at this for a while, by the way, since we broke this level down here, then that really means, like, you know, we are still correcting. So I'm expecting that correction to take us down anywhere, well, to 2.67, 2.21, or even below, around 196. 196 is the internal wave 1. Primary 1, yes, in primary wave 1, the intermediate 1, that's the top. So in case we break below that level, we are gonna have to revisit that. But for now, I'm seeing the leading diagonal in wave A over here. Yeah, I see an ABC, and I'm expecting another 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So this is an ABC. Yeah, we've done 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the rule of alternation seems to be respected fairly well. We didn't have any interaction between waves 1 and 4 either. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or it could be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and 5, which is more likely to be the case since we're expecting prices to at least move to the previous low of 2.26. The signals are also supporting on the RSI on MACD, so I'll be expecting a break of the 245 fairly soon. So guys, that will be all for this session. Thank you very much for watching. In case you have any questions, do not hesitate to comment. Go on our YouTube section and leave your comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Until then, trade safe, and we will speak again tomorrow.